Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. Now, this is the one I teased at the beginning of the last video, because as I was making the last one, this flashed up. I saw straight away what it was, and I knew immediately, have to make an immediate video about this, because it is just very, very weird. Now, we all know that the Rutherford and Hamilton West recall petition, was launched today, 9 o'clock this morning. I wonder if they got to 8,000. Yeah, you know, it needs 8,113 off the top of my head signatures on the petition, and that's it. That's when they have the recall election, and Ferrier is out. She has the right to stand, but she'll have to stand as an independent. She's not a member of the SNP anymore. So why aren't the SNP acknowledging it? This is very weird. There is no mention of it. They're not talking about it. They're not mentioning it anywhere, either on Hums's page, on the SNP page, or, and this is very, very telling, not even on the page of the candidate. The SNP candidate isn't even mentioning it. Now, surely the SNP, who don't have the seat at the moment, would be wanting to win that seat, and they have a candidate in place. You'd think she would be pushing, let's get this petition out of the way, let's have that election, and let's get me in there to win this seat. But they're not. They're saying nothing. Now, the only reasonable reason that they are not saying anything, they are not promoting that, they are not pushing their members into signing the petition, is that they've already accepted they'll lose the seat. And so if they can reduce the number of people who sign, it may just be that they don't hit the target, that Margaret Ferrier stays there, and then they can invite her back to the party to regain that seat effectively. I think that's possibly the only thing that they're looking at. But we'll take a look at this story, because it is very, very weird why they would be so quiet about this. Here goes. So the SNP shuns Margaret Ferrier recall petition as Humza Yousaf faces a humiliating by-election defeat. And that's what I think this is. I think they know they're going to lose, and so they don't want to have the recall petition. But I don't think you're going to have a choice. I think they will definitely hit the 8,000 signatures. So voters in Rutherglen and Hamilton West have a chance to boot out Skexit supporting MP by backing the recall petition, which needs over 8,000 signatures to trigger a by-election. And like I say, it's open today. They'll be filling. They'll be going ting, ting, ting. They'll be in. They'll be absolutely in. And you can guarantee there'll be runners from all the major parties up there looking at these figures, look at these numbers, and seeing how close they are to 8,000. But I just think it is very, very odd that even the SNP's candidate, who will undoubtedly have to fight the seat, isn't mentioning it, isn't getting out there, isn't talking to people, and isn't pushing her cause. Does she know she's not going to win? Is it like paper candidate? Oh yeah, I put my name down. Don't matter, because I'm never going to win it. That happens. I've seen that. I've actually been that person. There was an election in Luton. And I was a paper candidate for that, and didn't win. But you know, they needed a name, and I put the name down then. But anyway, a recall petition to boot COVID shame MP Margaret Ferrier out of Westminster has opened in Rutherglen and Hamilton West. Not that you'd know it from the SNP social media. Now, of course, I covered the story first thing this morning because I just thought it was something that needed to be done first thing to remind people before the petition opened, that it was there, it was available, and anyone who's watching this who is in Rutherglen and or Hamilton West, please do go along and sign it, and we'll get rid of this woman who treats her constituents with utter contempt. So it doesn't matter which party you're with, because it won't affect her, because she's not with a party. And you need to have someone who is more reflective of your views. And you won't get that till you get your election. Anyway, if the threshold is reached, which it most certainly will be, a by-election will be held, most likely in early September. And with polls suggesting a Labour resurgence in the central belt, that could spell bad news for the SNP leader, Humza Yousaf. It could be terrible news because he is likely to lose that. He's just lost North Lanarkshire. You're going to have problems in South Lanarkshire. And there is another one coming up, and I can't remember where it is. Top of my head, it'll come back to me. But yeah, he's got a few of these things coming up all of a sudden, bang, bang, bang. He's going to win none of them. He's going to lose. He's going to be basically embarrassed with all of them, humiliated even. And then that's going into a potential run-up to the general election next year. And so it is absolutely critical for the SNP that they put a good showing in. So how do you put a good showing in if your own candidate doesn't want to put her head above the parapet? It's ridiculous, isn't it? Anyway, neither Mr. Yousaf nor the official Twitter account for SNP makes any mention of the petition, and nor does the SNP website. Mr. Yousaf's last reference to Ferrier is when the initial story broke, when he said, "She was someone I consider a friend, but I bet he's dropped her since." But he calls her actions utterly reckless. Even Beryl Flynn, with the prospect of adding an SNP to his group at Westminster, has remained tight-lipped at the prospect. Yeah, I mean, down in Westminster, he's going, oh, well, no, if she goes, I'll get another one in. More money for the party, if nothing else. They're not talking about it. They're not mentioning it. They've gone radio dark, haven't they? It's absolute, honestly, tumbleweed. Crickets chirping. That's all you get. Nothing. They are not talking about it. In contrast, because there's going to be a contrast. In contrast, prospective Labour candidate Michael Shanks has been in the area trying to encourage people to sign while the party set up a Fire Ferrier website to keep voters updated. And the petition opened at 9 a.m. today and must be signed in person at one of the 7 polling stations or by a postal vote or a proxy vote. It's going to go. It really is. Rutherglen and Hamilton West has an electorate of 81,124, meaning 8,113 names, which is what I said. And they'll be needed to trigger the vote. Miss Ferrier could stand as an independent again and signalled her desire to hold on, as she absolutely begged voters not to fire her because she knows it's the end of her career in anything, because she'll never get another job, will she? Miss Ferrier travelled, blah, 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 just telling us the thing. So, just telling what she did. We've covered that. We know she travelled with it. So, there it is, in happier days. And now he's dropped her like a hot potato. And he isn't even talking about the petition because he knows he cannot afford for the petition to go ahead to have the election, because he knows now he will lose it without a moment's doubt. He knows he's going to lose it. What a shame. Go. If you're there, go and sign it. Go and sign it. Anyway, I'm going to round up and come up. So you've got this very weird position. You've got Margaret Ferrier saying, don't sign the petition. You have the SNP, don't mention the petition. You have Labour going, don't forget the petition. And you've got the Tories going, yeah, we're going to get people out to sign the petition, but we know Labour are going in. But it's better Labour goes in than the bloody SNP. And so you got this really weird thing where you got the Tories wanting to put in a Labour MP because even though it's Labour, it isn't SNP. It's a very, very weird day up there, isn't it? Anyway, people of Rutherglen and Hamilton West, for the love of all that is decent, get out, sign the petition, get her out, have the election, and make him look ever so slightly more embarrassed. Make Humza Yousaf squirm. I do like to see politicians squirm. It's a sport, isn't it? Because they're all lowlifes. Anyway, I shall round off there. Thank you very much for listening. If you like what you see here on the channel, please do hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, leave a like, leave a comment, please share the video. And I will like to say that it's things like this that just make my day. I love bringing these stories to you, and I want to just thank you all for watching. It really is nice when I see people watching it. It just sort of makes it all worthwhile. So thank you. That's a personal thank you to you. Anyway, until next time, stay safe, stay well. We'll keep looking out for the truth, and here goes with nothing. Bye.